Teacher involvement in curriculum design, need for support to enhance teachers' design expertise. An article summary and criticism by Brooke Zaiff. Teacher involvement in curriculum design has a long tradition. This was the first sentence of the article that really grasped my attention, and I thought that it was very relevant with what's going on today in New York State and all over the country with changes in the curriculums to both elementary and secondary schools. And we're torn between the difference between the tradition and change, and to see what's better for our students and who's really more qualified in the building of curriculums and assessments for our students. What this article explored was what's called TDTs, or teacher design teams. And really what it came down to was an initial question of what are lower secondary education TDTs needs for support during collaborative design of lesson series. What do they need? What are they doing well? What are they not doing well? And how can we provide them with the correct support so that we can make sure the students are getting both a rigorous and a relevant curriculum? This further broke down into which problems related to a lack in design expertise do TDTs experience when they collaboratively design lesson series, and what support do TDTs receive to acquire the design expertise required to collaboratively design lesson series. So again, what support is needed? When we discuss what defines design expertise, there are two elements to it. There's the knowledge and the skills to enact a design process, which is the building of the actual curriculum, as well as the knowledge and skills of subject matter knowledge and insights into learners, teachers, and context. As far as the knowledge and skills to enact a design process, there are 5 main elements. First, we start with the analysis, the needs analysis, what the school needs, what the students needs, and then we begin to design it, and we begin to create a curriculum and put forth an outline, a time period, and what we think should be covered. Next is the development of the day-to-day plans. And the implementation is extremely important because the only way to see if a curriculum truly works for your school is to put it in place and see how it goes. And through that, you reevaluate. The evaluation at the end, in my opinion, is the most important key because a curriculum should be ever-changing. It should be ever-changing with the students, and it should be ever-changing with the teachers and the needs of the society. The second element is the knowledge and the skills of subject matter knowledge and the insight into learners, teachers, and context. So the knowledge and skills to keep the subject matter up to date. Is it up to date? Is it aligning with our state standards? Is it aligning with our national standards? And how are we able to compete in the global market, which is what we eventually want our students to be able to do? Additionally, we have the knowledge and skills to gain insight into learners' subject matter knowledge difficulties. So now we're looking into, is the student able to access the information that I'm giving them? Do they have an IEP? Do they have a student file? Or are they an English language learner? And what modifications need to be made for that? Figure 1 was from the article, and it just broke down design expertise into the 2 major functions. There was the generic design and process expertise, which is the interpersonal skills, and process-related skills, which is truly the trained curriculum design expert. And the specific design expertise is the curriculum design, the subject matter knowledge, the pedagogical content knowledge, and the curriculum consistency. So are we consistent among our grade level? Are we consistent throughout the school? Are our students able to access this knowledge? What's our pedagogical knowledge of the students? And do we know the topic? Just because you know you're a science teacher and you know all about science doesn't mean you shouldn't still be aware of what the students are studying in their other core classes so that maybe we can relate, maybe we can create interdisciplinary lessons and create a more holistic approach to our educational process. This next visual really breaks down the differences in it breaks down the idea of knowledge and how do we get this knowledge into the students. And it starts with a solid base. And from this base, we have lectures and we make sure that we are giving it to them in a clear and interesting way. And we're starting at a low difficulty level so that the students can go more in depth in their content and the students are able to access this knowledge. Next, we have our teaching skills, the independence, the objectives, the critical thinking, the creativity, innovative. We have to keep it fun in the end for the students, or else we will lose their attention. And it's so important to maintain their attention. Next, we have their work, their cartoons, videos, other ways to teach them to make sure that the students are really seeing it from all different angles. Of course, the notes and the explanation time are equally as important to make sure the students have proper note-taking skills at the very least. And then to make sure that they have clear notes from which to study and the time to absorb the information before we present them with an assignment. And when we present them with an assignment, it proves what they're able to do. It shows what they have learned. We can't forget to mention the assessment element and how do we want them to be assessed? What rubrics are we using? Are they using presentations? Are they doing something written? Do we want them to do something oral? Are oral skills important in the classroom? And as far as 21st century skills, I believe oral skills are absolutely important as we send them out for active learning and we want them to be thinking and creating their own ideas because when they go into the workforce and the industry, this is their lives and what they're able to offer to our global workforce. In conclusion, this article discussed who should be in charge of the curriculum design, and I think that with all of the information provided in the article with their study that they did, it showed that the TDTs, or the teacher design teams, that were led by both experienced teachers as well as curriculum design experts, were the most successful in attaining a curriculum that is attainable to our students. And it's a balance between maintaining our tradition and the change that is coming in our day-to-day lives. I believe it is incredibly important for our teachers to be a part of the curriculum design process because from district to district, school to school, classroom to classroom, every student has different needs and we cannot put one formula out that will meet the needs of every student throughout the country.